Sharing to my Greetings, everybody. Welcome to New Covenant Community Connect Live show. We are so indeed glad to have you here with us today. We're looking forward to a show that is going to be helpful to everyone, especially those who are beginning with your audio podcast, with your video podcast, and those who need information on your basic things like thumbnails and what different things you can use to begin. All right, we have an extremely special guest tonight. That is Angelique Elijah. All right, Angelique Elijah, greet the people. Tell us how you're doing on tonight.
Hello, everybody. This is going to be
All right, we're going in and out a little bit. Angelique.
doing well tonight. Hot. The temperature here. Hopefully, it's helpful to anybody who's listening.
All right, it's going to be wonderful. If you don't know, you will know. The reason that Angelique and I have a similarity of features is she is our youngest daughter. Okay?
And I will be keeping it a secret with the last names.
Wonderful. All right. We're going to say if you're here with us, we want you to go ahead and come on in. We want you to and share this to somebody else. Share it on your social media pages, share it on your Facebook, especially. And we want to say welcome to everybody who's over in Facebook. We have a following that is in Facebook, a following that is on YouTube, and then other social media platforms sprinkled in between there. Welcome. Greetings, everybody. New Covenant Community Connect Live show. We have interviews of people from all over the world who are telling us different things that can help our communities, beneficial things. I spoke to somebody today and said, oh, yes, I'll be glad to do that interview for you and with you. All right. So we want you to go ahead and put in the chat if you know something about your video channels, your audio podcasts, or if you need help, right? And then everybody else, give us some hearts in the chat. Wonderful. What a beautiful Friday evening. All right, Angelique, can you tell us, can you share your journey into this whole world of video editing and audio production? What inspired you to start what is now Serene Sounds and Visuals?
Um, I would say what started my journey in audio video, it would have had to been, I was a teenager. I know I was a teenager. And um, it just interests like how did you get shots to look like that? I would see not necessarily even with movies and TV, but local television that had quality things. Just how do you get this shot? How does this look this way? How do you get this transition to do that? Like just had a I just wanted to know. Like I've always just asked, like I just want to know how this happens. How does this thing work? So just getting interested in that, then okay, well, how do you edit? Okay, well, what kind of cameras do this? And just leading into that then led into doing editing things for different people. But for me, when it got to Serene Sounds and Visuals, it was really I'm looking for sounds to go to sleep,
All
and I'm
right.
not finding what I want. And if eventually I was like, if I'm not finding what I want, I'll just make what I want.
Okay. Mm.
So I was like, well, probably I'll make it into a channel. And
Okay.
because other people might like what I want
Mm-hmm.
there,
Wonderful.
and finding out other people I didn't know were watching my things and being like, oh, this is amazing, and commenting on it and be like, this helps me study, this helps me relax. And it just built from there. But it just really started from just an interest in wanting to know how audiovisual things work and how, just really just wanting to know.
Okay. Mm. All right, wonderful. So, Angelique, how many years have you actually been doing sound for other people?
Oh wow. I wouldn't say exactly how many years. Y'all need to know all that. But I would say for other people since I was about 16, I believe, I started doing any type of sound. And that started with live sound adjustment, like, you know, in person in a building live.
Okay,
Um,
wonderful.
that's where it first started. And really my first interest in that started watching my mother, Pastor Bernadette, do sound for my dad. And I used to just watch her and be like, I want to know what all those knobs do. That looks fun.
Wonderful. Yes, Dr. Dwight D. Elijah was a concert singer, concert performer, and so he would go all around the country. And I was a person who was running the sound for him. And through the years, people told me, other than him, that I developed a certain flair for not just running the sound, but I would accent it and do certain things to give it a very live feel. And we were always doing it in different buildings and schools and all kinds of things. So I got very used to what you can do to make it fit, right? So
Yes.
wonderful. So, how many years have you filmed video for churches and different people?
I believe that was when I was about 17.
Now, we don't know how long
Um,
that's been.
and I'm 40 now.
Oh my,
So it's been a
17.
while.
Okay, so over 20 years, she's been filming video. Come on in, everybody. Share, share, and share this. Hello, Chantalie in the chat. She says, hello, everyone.
Oh,
Put in the
Shantalie.
chat some hearts. If you still need help with your audio and video, just put help in the chat. Wonderful. So
I'll go
good.
back and look at all the helps later.
Yes. So good to have you here with us. Okay, so how many videos do you personally have on different YouTube channels right now, Angelique?
Across all channels.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and I actually had to go back and I was like, okay, roughly, I would say about 400 or so. It might be a little bit more than that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Approximately 400 live videos up on YouTube on different channels right now. And she doesn't just put them up unless she feels they are satisfactory to her. These
no.
are videos that she's done for different channels. Now, can you give us some idea how many different channels um, have used your recording or editing work?
I believe it is 5 total,
Wow.
including my personal channel. I believe it's 5.
Okay, so that is across 5 different YouTube channels presently. That is a wonderful thing that other people are looking to you and trusting your expertise. So we're here tonight looking at some expertise that has been developed over 20 years, everybody. So good to know.
Yes. Didn't even
Okay.
realize it had been that long.
Isn't that something? So now here's another question. What takes us from amateur to professional is one thing, paid.
Paid.
So when did you begin going from amateur to professional at this? In other words, when did you first start receiving pay for what you're doing?
I believe I first started getting paid. It would have been either 2020 or 2021, I believe.
Okay.
I
And so
believe that's
at this point, are you still receiving pay, is what I want to say.
yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I request pay as well.
Receiving pay and request pay. I know as uh, even yesterday, you were saying you were still receiving requests for
Yes,
paid
ma'am.
things all over the place. Praise God. What I love about the day that we live in, you don't have to be right there. So much is done
Yes.
virtually, from meetings that you have to other things that you need. I love the time period that we're living in right now.
Don't have to have a
So,
brick and mortar building business and
no.
nope.
Mm-mm.
Don't need any of that. Just get started.
Wonderful. Okay, Angelique, what are some essential tools and software that you can recommend to beginners, even free or paid, that they can get started with video and audio editing that will be something that will be pleasing? Okay.
For beginners, I definitely like to start with free. I know I see a lot of people, use a term of you have to invest in yourself, and I'm like, yes, you do, but you also have to kind of start somewhere. And
Okay.
I don't really want people to shell out thousands of dollars right in the beginning.
All
I'd
right.
rather them work up to something like that. So I do know some free ones that are good are for audio is Audacity. Is I've tried some other ones, but that's a well-known one. And anytime I've had to do any type of editing that's a little bit more difficult as far as
Hmm.
audio to have to clean up more, I go to
Okay.
that. Um, it's I won't say it's necessarily difficult to use, but you do have to kind of take the time to learn what you're doing. So you might have to play around if you've never done anything like that before. But I wouldn't say it's, I can't do it. You just have to just take the time to learn. Um, as far as video, what comes with most PCs is Champ. Yeah,
Yes.
and that is actually very good for beginners. It's free.
Right.
It has a lot of features and tools on it. It definitely has a paid version. But if you're
Right.
just starting out and you just kind of want to, fill out the editing world, that's a very good starter. I was amazed with the features that were on it because it's kind of the upgraded of the old Windows Movie Maker that used to be on computers.
Right.
So they kind of upgraded it to that, and that's why I mean, it has a lot of features, voiceovers, all kind of different things you can use, and it's very user friendly. Like
Now, is Windows Movie
very
Maker
easy.
gone? Is Movie Maker gone?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because I looked for it. That's why I couldn't find Windows Movie Maker.
Yes. Yeah, they got rid of it. That's gone.
All right. Mm.
And
All right.
another one free is DaVinci Resolve.
DaVinci Resolve. I don't know that one. Okay. DaVinci Resolve. Now, Angelique, are all of these to be used on your computer, or can some of these be mobile also?
Some have mobile apps. You just might not be able to get as much done. I would suggest mobile apps if you already know what you're doing, because a lot of times they're a little bit more cumbersome, just how they're laid out if you don't know where you're going in the main desktop version of it or
Okay.
laptop version of it. Clipchamp does have a web version of it though. You can use it in your browser or on your computer. But the
Uh-huh.
browser version really only use that if you just have to do something quick. Don't use that for real editing. It doesn't work
Okay.
well for that. But if to cut off end a video or something quick like that, it's perfectly fine for that.
Wonderful. All right, let me say to our audience again, we're so happy to have you here on New Covenant Community Connect Live Show. And we see Chantalie in the chat. We see Dr. Dwight Elijah in the chat. We see Brenda Musan in the chat. Welcome. Put
Welcome,
in the
welcome, welcome.
chat, yes, put in our chat if you're going to need help getting your audio podcast and your video podcast up and going to perfection. That's what Angelique is here telling us about today. And by saying that, you might say, not me. What we are saying, the day we live in, everybody needs to have your YouTube up and going. Whether you're recording something and trying to make it big now or not, you need to have your own YouTube channel up and going. So if your YouTube channel is up but not going, put help in the chat. And so good to have our Facebook audience here. We have Deacon Vera Singletary. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Wonderful. All right, Angelique, you are helping us a great deal already. What about the
Great.
people that say, I would love to get my video, especially starting with YouTube up and going, my audio up and going? Uh, I don't know the first thing about beginning. How do I even, where is YouTube video? How do I get on there? Do you have
Uh,
ways to help
yeah.
people with that?
well, the first, that's always, I wouldn't say it's always, but I'm like, that's just amazing because I'm just used to YouTube so much now. I'm like, oh, okay, let me start from the beginning. I'm just used to thinking
Right.
people already know. Um, I would say every Gmail account, Google Mail account has a YouTube account. As soon as you create a Gmail, you have a YouTube. So if you've created 10 different Gmail accounts, there's a YouTube connected to that account. As far as wanting to start yours, if you already have an email account, you can go in and change the name, change information on that email account to set up the YouTube account you want. All of that is in the dashboard area, which would be under the section when you click your icon and it says YouTube
Right.
Studio. So that'll
Uh-huh.
take you back to the dashboard section where nobody else can see that information but you. And that's where you would upload. That's where you would change your channel name and all the back end things. And at the very top of that section, it says create. On the
Okay.
far right, it says create. And it
Uh-huh.
gives you different things you can click, go live, upload a video, upload a podcast, different things like that. So that's where you would start.
Okay.
Um, Definitely take your time because you want to create your banner. You want to make sure it looks nice, put in some information, things like that. But that's where all of it starts. That's where your YouTube starts, where you upload anything starts in that area.
All right. Believe it or not, Angelique just shared something everybody does not know.
No, and I
When
was
you
surprised.
say, when
I was
you
shocked and
say,
amazed.
when you say I have a Gmail account, that G stands for Google. I have a Google Mail account. Now, Google owns Google and Google owns YouTube. So having a Gmail account means you already have a YouTube account connected to that particular email. You just need to know how to get started and use it.
Yes,
All
have to
right.
get to
And
it.
that's free to do. Your Gmail account is free and your YouTube account is free to get started with that. And if you still need more help beyond that, then you want to say help and contact Angelique. Amen. This is the kind of work that she does. Okay. Angelique, what is a common mistake or some common mistakes you see very new video editors making, and how can they avoid these beginner mistakes?
Over editing. I've seen that. I've done it. I've done it before. It's when you learn a feature, when you learn a transition, when you learn something, and then you just throw everything into your video at
Mhm.
once, and you just put I can add images and gifs and transitions and this and that, and it's like,
Oh my.
whoa, whoa. It's you're doing quick cuts, and you have to kind of find your voice, but then find what you want to do. You want to kind of narrow that down and don't just do everything you know how to do. Even though sometimes it seems fun to you look at it and it's like, okay, this is a little out of hand.
Okay.
So I've seen over editing and I've seen under editing where you kind of just don't do anything to the video and
Mm,
you just have it there. And that you have to, even minimal editing, you have to do something, add something to it. But I would think over editing is still worse. Try
okay.
not to do that.
Okay. Don't try to do everything that you know and have learned all at one time in one video. Okay. Over editing. That is good to know. Now, what is the difference between people who are, and I know that we have a lot of people who want to do teaching or just greet their audiences or tell them what they have. What is the difference between doing a recorded video and you're post editing and doing things to it than just turning on your camera, sitting down and sharing things with friends, family, or things about your business?
I wonder if you're doing like this, the sit down talking,
Mm-hmm.
you can do that in moderation, but you really want to have some kind of editing to give it, professional look, catch people's attention right away when they're, viewing your videos. If they go to your channel, you want to have something that'll kind of catch people's attention and, oh, what's this? So
Okay.
just sitting there having just almost like a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
that really should only just be for live streams.
Okay.
Generally, you shouldn't really do too much of just that format
Right.
unless you're doing just like, oh, I needed to talk about this with my audience. Here's a video. I'm not going to do any work to it. But a lot of people I see do that have done that when they've already built a huge audience where they can kind of get away with doing something like that because their audience already likes them. So they already built that trust.
Okay. You said they can get away with more.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can kind of get away with doing that. But like beginning, I wouldn't recommend doing too much of that unless that's your brand. If that's what you want to do and that's the flow you want to go through, you have to stick to
Angelique, does lighting matter? I see all
it. You
different
can't
types.
jump in 20 videos later with all kind of openings and entrances and tricks.
Right, right. Angelique, does lighting matter? I see some that are so well lit, everything looks clear. And then I see some I can hardly see the person. It's grainy. Does lighting matter? And what should a person do to start?
Lighting is important. Even if you haven't been able to get any professional type of ring lights or anything like that, find an area that has good lighting, adjust some lamps you have around you, but make sure your lighting is never from behind you. You want to make sure you don't all if all of your light is from behind you, you don't want that. You really want to make sure it's coming from an angle. You don't want it too much directly on either, unless you have like a ring light. But you really just want to make sure it's balanced. So that might take some adjusting. It just really just plays around with it. Again, if you have some good lamps, work with that. But definitely getting a ring light eventually will help you once if you want to do that. And they're not all for beauty influencers. A lot of people thought that for a while that only beauty influencers use ring lights. No, a lot of people use ring lights because they're just good light and they just
Okay.
make you look better. And natural light is fine, but unless you can control the natural lighting, you might not want to depend on that either.
Okay. So if I'm using sunlight, if I'm outside or sitting on the porch and I'm using sunlight, the sunlight should be behind me or in front of me.
It should be more in front of you than behind you. Behind you, it'll create all kind of shadow and
Okay.
darkness on your face. You might not even notice right away. And even if it's in front of you, you gotta be careful because you might be squinting through the whole video.
Oh, right, right,
But
right.
just kind of make sure it's more in front of you than it is behind you, even if it's just kind of like on an angle.
Okay.
And
Now,
I do
how
that with
about,
myself.
yes, yes. How about if there's light that's coming in through the window, like in the daytime? What about that type of light?
That kind of light is best when it's the golden hour. Not, that lighting usually works best, but you have to record fast when it's like that because it's like you have a small window. So you want to go when the sun, maybe like around noonish to golden hour and get your recording in quick because the
Okay.
light will change, but it won't get dark. You don't want to go from I started recording at 12 and then finish at 8 at night and it's now you're recording in the dark. So you kind of
All
want to
right.
get if you can pace it, you might want to, see what it looks like throughout the day, pick your best time to record if you want to go with sunlight.
Mm. Okay. This is helpful. Share, share, and share. Share this on your page. Share it on your social media that we are here, and Angelique is willing to give you this helpful information. Now, one more thing before we move on. Angelique, what about when you're sitting and you look far down or far away? Is there anything you can tell us about how you're seated when you're filming yourself?
It would really depend on your setup.
Okay.
If you're beginning, more than likely you could be using a phone or your built-in camera. So it really just you might have to either raise or lower something somewhere because you don't want to be looking like you're really low down from the camera and you can't adjust it that way. You can do some post editing to fix it, but you really want to avoid having to do too much of that. You kind of want to
Okay.
get it done. If you can adjust it while you're recording. So definitely look at your setup when you first start. Do a
Mm-hmm.
quick video, look at it, record it, check it to see if you need to adjust anything, and go from there. But it could be having to lower your camera if you can, your laptop, your computer, your phone, or raise where you're sitting. You just have to balance it out. Somewhere something has to be balanced out so you look um straight on. Thankfully, my camera adjusts automatically, so wherever I lean, it's going to center me back up. I had that issue a couple times as well.
All right. Okay, you heard it here. Angelique said, you don't want to say, I look so low down.
Don't look low down. Do not look low down.
You want to be sitting up high, right? You don't want to look low down. All right. Angelique, can you tell me, you had a YouTube channel called Rainy Days and Nights, and you were in the process of redoing your channel and going further. What is the name of your YouTube channel now that now that you're going through your facelift?
Now I'll go for my cosmetic surgery.
Okay.
It's called, well, it will be changing to Serene Sounds and Visuals, and it's a complete rebrand. It's going to be, I'm going to be putting on other social media platforms, just really expanding it and changing the direction I'm going with it to not so much be weathered based because that's how I started it, but more focused
Okay.
on just all sounds and visuals, all different type of relaxing sound and visuals from color noise to weather, atmosphere, just different things like that, and really focusing on the visuals.
Okay. You said you're branding. What does that mean? And you're a branding specialist?
No, I'm not a branding specialist.
Okay.
I have somebody else working with me. They're in the chat, Sister Chantalee. She's been amazing. Like
Okay.
I had an idea of I just want to rebrand, and what she helped me get to at this point is not even what I thought. So
Okay.
it's amazing. But that's rebranding. That's it just needed to happen for what I
Okay.
wanted to do next.
Right. So why did you choose to focus on guilt-free rest as part of your brand's foundation?
Focus on it because, especially for me, I'll speak because I am a Black woman. Surprise,
Okay.
shock. Uh, but women in general, Black women, we have this mindset of it's not a good thing to rest. We have to make excuses, almost like, oh, I'm sorry, I slept too long. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to take a nap. And it's something I've seen. I didn't realize it was that big of an issue in a way, or that it was that prevalent in the
Okay.
community of just, why are you apologizing for something everybody does and everybody needs? Why are you apologizing for taking care of yourself?
True.
So that's the focus of this. Like, take your rest, take your minute, take your nap, take your meditation moment, whatever you need to do. Just take that time, and it's healthy. It's a part of wellness. It's a part of mental health, physical health,
Hmm.
all of it. It's a part of it. So you should not apologize or feel guilty for taking care of yourself at all.
Wonderful. I know Dr. Dwight Elijah has been one to go to your channel, Rainy Days and Night, and he has put on some of your soundscapes and sound videos, the ones with rain, the ones with
Mm-hmm.
snow, the ones with the blizzard, and he has gotten good rest for a period of time. Now, I turn to your Rainy Days and Nights YouTube channel, and I see the beautiful visual scenes. I just
Mm-hmm.
love that. It just inspires me in such a way. And so, how important, well, let me ask you this first. Does your background in content creation shape your serene sounds and visuals in any way?
Yes. It definitely shapes it because I see what other people um kind of do,
Okay.
and not copy, because but just kind of see, okay, what is my version of that? What do I want to do that's even more than just, oh, this has good numbers, I want to do this because it has good numbers. But what draws me to this, and just really seeing what can be done with it, because I was
Okay.
so focused on the sounds. Like, I did a lot of like black screen videos that just were the sounds, and then when I started seeing channels that were focusing on the visuals, and I was like, oh wow, I
Okay.
didn't think of that. Or
Okay.
even just hearing you tell me one time that I just listened to I watched the visuals, and I
Right.
was like, oh, well, I can do that. I like doing that. I like doing visual things. I actually like creating that. So
Yes.
just, that kind of form that, just even realizing what I would look into,
Yes.
when it came to visual things, and just the goals I set for myself with that. It's just that shaped all of that.
Right. Now, let me say this. Your background is beautiful. The background that we're looking at is beautiful. And the background that I have was done by Angelique Elijah. Okay. And so you don't have to really be concerned. I want to do certain things on YouTube or do my own videos, even on Facebook or wherever, but I'm concerned about how everything looks around me. You have the opportunity to do wonderful backgrounds now. And Angelique, do you have anything that you want to say to people about making or selecting a background?
Um, really look for what you want in the background. Do you want something that's more abstract? Do you want a specific image? Do you want your logo?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to change your background to match every single video you do? Because I've done that before in video. Like every video has a different background because you know pertaining to the video I've made. So it's really just what do you want your video your background to be? Do you want a steady one that's like this is going to be my background forever to the end of the time?
Okay.
You know. And then where do you start with that? Are you going to create your own? Are you going to get help creating it? Are you going to have somebody else create it for you? Are you going to use
Okay.
tools? So really just find whatever your plan is in your path, just do it, get
Mm-hmm.
it out. Because the longer you dilly dally and waffle on it, you're not going to start it. Because I did that. It
Okay.
took me forever to do my first video with just me because I kept on
Wow.
making excuses. Oh, I need to do this first. Oh, I need to do that first.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to do that first. And then one day I
Just
just
get
was like,
started.
make this video.
Wow. You hear that, you all? Just get started. Everybody say, just get started. That's it.
Just get started.
Yes. Angelique, what is the importance of your sound quality when you're making your own video? Does it matter?
I believe sound quality matters even more than video quality
Wow.
because you can do a faceless video.
Okay.
But if your sound is horrible,
Mm-hmm.
nobody's going to sit through that video. They're just not. You can have a video playing in the background that doesn't look the best,
Right.
but that audio,
Mm-hmm.
because it's videos I love. I've started watching of newer people, and I like their content. I like what they're talking about, but the audio was just so bad. I felt almost bad not watching it, but I was like, this I can't listen to this. It
Wow.
just, it just was too, either it was too muffled or crackly or just something, it just was off. So really, if you have to focus on anything, focus on audio first.
Oh, wow.
Focus on that first.
Angelique, when I first started doing some of my own videos, I thought, and I have a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, and a couple of phones actually.
Yes.
And so I thought you have to do your best by doing this on desktop. I was surprised to find out some of the best videos are made by people who are making them on their Apple or a great Android phone.
Yes, they
Did
are.
you all know that? And you can go to a store. I don't want to do any advertising for people that are not paying us. Okay. But you can
So
go
just
to,
say, don't say the brand of the phone, just say the store. And
thank you. You can go
it's,
to a department store and get yourself a tripod that is
Mhm,
approximately 12 to $15.
mhm,
Sit that phone on a tripod and you are forming your own little studio right there. So don't trick yourself into thinking, I got to buy this, I got to buy that. No, it is in knowing how to use it. So you
mhm,
can do a great job with things on your phone. I've done recording for the church and I've done other people's recording for other people right on my phone. Now, I
mhm.
prefer my desktop so I can have
Yes.
my hands free and do everything else that I want to do. But don't feel like you've got to have this and this and that to get
Mhm.
started. The name
No,
of this is still Just Get
get
Started.
started.
All
Yes.
right.
I know plenty of people that have, and when they say they do it, it's almost surprising. You don't realize, like, oh wow, that was on a,
Yes.
an Apple, iPhone, that was on a Pixel, that was whatever. Like,
Mhm.
you just have to get a good phone. Like, you can't get a
Right.
Android. Now you gotta,
Right.
you know,
Be
but
serious.
but you can just if you just already have a phone with a plan, you can just get a phone
Okay.
from
Wow.
websites that I'm not going to promote for. But
Okay.
you can just get a phone just that you're going to just use for recording and just be like,
Yes.
that's my camera.
Mm. And you know what? What I find out too is a lot of our phones have so many more capabilities, just like our computers, laptops, and tablets have many more capabilities that we are not aware of. And
Mhm.
so, if you will just experiment with your phone, look up things about your phone, your laptop, your computer, you will find out you have much more that you can use instead of what you're thinking you need to get. Now, if your
Mhm.
phone is trash, your computer is trash, your laptop is
I didn't
trash,
use the word trash.
and your tablet is trash, well, then you need to pray about something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
those aren't going to work. Those aren't you. If you're going to go that route, you do have to spend a little bit of money
Yes.
on a quality phone, tablet, whatever.
Mhm.
You do have to spend a little bit of change.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So you found out your video is important, your lighting is important, your recording ability is important, and your audio is extremely important. This is good to know. And you can get a background that allows you to not concern yourself with what is all around you. In other words, you can make a video without even cleaning up everything in your room and people will never know it. Oh my God, did you hear that? Okay. All right. Wonderful. Angelique, you said some things earlier about your Serene Sounds and Visuals brand and your branding and your reaching out to different people. Rest and reset wellness. Mm. Helping people to find rest and reset wellness, and especially women who apologize for everything. I can't rest. Everything is on me. I can't do this. I got to do this. I got to do that. I think that is phenomenal that you're not thinking about your rest, but other people. Anytime that you provide a service to people, that is so wonderful. And that's really what God is about, learning to love your neighbor like you love yourself, providing a service for other people.
Mhm.
That's an awesome thing. And only actually when you provide service and value to people do you deserve to be rewarded in the way of praise, gratitude, and even financial. And so I just applaud that. I'm looking forward to all the things you're going to be doing and having coming up. That is already a wonderful channel, and the rebranding is going to be outstanding.
Excited. I'm
Angelique,
excited to do it.
wonderful. Do you have anything else coming up that you want to make us aware of?
I'm working on the rebrand. The launch is happening June 6th. Is the
Mm,
official everything's a go. It's all
okay.
switches is flipped. That's
Okay.
the official day. So that's when everything's gonna start. So definitely it'll be, the link and everything will be in the description. We'll keep everybody posted on that, but that's when everything officially will start. I'm working on the PR. I'm working on the everything that goes along with that. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be some watch party. There's going to be some challenges.
Mm,
It's really exciting. It's really exciting. I've never
awesome.
done something like this for myself, so excited to do it.
Wow. Mm. So here's what I want to tell you. If you are on the New Covenant channel, the Doctors Dwight and Bernadette Elijah channel, the Kitties and Cat channel, and we have a bunch of other channels
Yes.
between all of us, the Rainy Days and Nights channel, which is going to become Serene Sounds and Visuals channel, and then some other channels. If you are on those and you see some wonderful thumbnails, which is what you see when you go to, I have to remember to go back and explain everything for people who don't know what we're talking about. The thumbnail is what you see when you go to a video. Okay. So if you see wonderful thumbnails, 9 times out of 10, Angelique has done that. Okay. So, Angelique, can you tell us how people can best contact you for more help?
The best way to contact me is through email. Um, that's the best way. And
Okay.
I don't hand out phone numbers, but
Right.
that's the best way to get in contact with me. Once I set up my Blue Sky account, you can contact me through private messenger on there as well, and that'll be under the Serene Sounds and Visuals name. Those will be the best ways to contact me, and the email to reach me the best is Um, this is the email I have for the business. I'm going to be changing it, but it's REALWAHJOB at
Oh my God.
gmail.com. And it was connected to another thing that I'm actually going to start doing again too, but it was connected to the real work at home jobs that I was doing with that as well. So that is the best email to reach me. That'll be in the description.
Yes.
Just email me, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible if I can help you.
Wonderful. So all of the contact information is going to be in the description. When this is post edited, it's going to go up and she's going to dress this up and it's going to look absolutely fantastic.
Yes, I'm going to be editing myself. I have to listen to myself speak while I'm
Yes,
editing. It is always awkward.
wonderful. Now we saw some work that Angelique did 3 times so far on lyric videos for Dr. Dwight Elijah, who is still a concert singer. He does, well, I don't even want to get into that. It's so much that he does and has done.
That'll be a whole other hour.
Yes, but content, she has done lyric videos to his music, and it is phenomenal to watch the words. They seem to be dancing to the music. And so there's so much you can do with this. Please put in the chat for us. This has been a wonderful interview, and we're coming to a close, but we want to inspire people to get started. If you are already producing or recording, filming your own videos to put out to people and on YouTube and at YouTube and have it up and going, then just put a heart in there. If you are not, don't have it going, don't know where to start, but you know you still need to start. 2025, everybody does. We want you to put in the chat, help. Okay? Wonderful. Well, Angelique, we appreciate all of the work you've been doing for a few decades now. It has been important to New Covenant Church. It has been important to uh, Dr. Dwight and myself. It's been important to his singing ministry, the Elijah sisters, Rainy Days at Night, and I could go on and name more. And there's other people that hire her to do different things also. Well, Angelique, we want to tell you this. You are really still just beginning. The blessing that you are in the earth and on the earth with all the things you do. Um, it's just getting started. I see that, but I know it, right? And so you keep going, keep doing what you're doing. We definitely need you. Okay? Wonderful. We appreciate you being our guest so much. Before we go, is there anything else we might have missed that people need to be aware of that are just getting started?
Just start, find, and when you start doing something you actually enjoy doing. Don't just do something because you see a lot of people making good money or are getting a lot of views off of a niche. Start.
Okay. Hmm. Now, here's something I wanted to ask you about, Angelique. I see so many people, they go out to a restaurant, they film all the food they're eating. I see so many people who make a video, they go to the store and they have somebody following them with the camera and you watch them shopping. I see people who go outside and they film every little thing they do. Is that good for everybody to film every part of your day and put it up on YouTube?
I'm not a fan of that too much.
Oh, thank you. I'm not either.
um, I know people do it, is
Yes,
vlogging. It's That's the niche.
yes.
Um, I feel if you're gonna do it, you kind of you almost have to fake some things because you're not doing that many interesting things in a day, every day. And if you do something like that, please don't bother other people. Please don't
Okay.
bother other people. Do not you put don't talk to other people. Don't go in the stores bothering them. Don't go in restaurants bothering other people. If you're going to do that, you and your friends who agreed to do that are who you are filming. Leave the public alone. Let the public be the public. But that's it's vlogging kind of is not as popular as it used to be. It used to be very popular.
True.
And I feel if you do something like that, like if you had like a lifestyle brand or something like that, you could do that every once in a while. Like, oh, I'm doing this thing. I'm going to
Right.
record me doing this thing.
Okay.
But I'm not a huge fan of just vlogging channels.
Everything. Yes.
No. you're not interesting. Sorry,
Wow.
you're not.
You know what? When my husband and I go out to eat, and I've said so many times, "Oh my goodness, I've already finished my food. I was going to show this to everybody else." But usually by the time I think about everybody else, there's no
Have that
food.
play go. I've done that a couple times. Like, oops.
And so
Yeah, yeah.
you heard it here. Angelique said, "Don't kid yourself. Your life, every little part of it may not be as interesting to everybody as what you think."
No, 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 it's not.
My
It's really
goodness.
not.
Yes. But I tell you, there are some things that I learned from watching YouTubers that I didn't, I mean, it's been fascinating. I learned how to do certain things with makeup. I
Mhm,
learned how to do certain things with changing all different styles for my scarves. I learned how
mhm,
to do some things with hair, and definitely boatloads of things with cooking, and uh, filler things with cooking, and how to substitute and turn other things into things. So pick something, find out if you can really expand in that area.
mhm.
Don't just do try to do everything, right?
No,
Pick something
no.
and then major in it, get better in it.
Mhm,
And getting better in it, getting more information, being helpful to people, serving other people means you will want to put out the best products you can. You'll want to do your best speaking. You will want to be engaging, and you'll care about people. What about when
mhm.
people ask you questions? Then you need to be good at responding, engaging, and appreciating the people who respond. But again, we're saying to you today, just get
Get
started.
started and be excited about what you do. When you do whatever
Yes.
you pick, be excited and interested in doing that because people can tell when you don't really care about what you're doing.
And if you don't care, guess what else?
They will not care.
That's
I just
right.
watched a guy the other night and he made me excited about what he was looking at because he was so excited. I was like, I don't really even care that much about what he's watching, but he's so excited. I'm excited for him.
Wow. Wonderful. Mm-mm-mm. Well, Angelique, what we want you to do is pray for quickly for those who are getting started. Right? We have Minister Brenda. She said, help. All right. We know that she will be getting started, and we look forward to what's going to come from her that's going to be a blessing down the road. Angelique, can you pray for those who are getting started and for those who are going up another level? This here is another level for me. I always wanted to do my own interviews in an interview show. No, I don't think I'm Oprah Winfrey. I just think I'm me. But I feel like there's so many stories, so many people, so many interesting things we need to present to our different communities. And it's why we chose the name New Covenant Community Connect Live show. And so we'll be bringing more interviews to you. I'm so happy that Angelique brought this to us. We're looking forward to some more just in this month that we already know we have. So stay tuned and keep looking for all that we're putting out. If you have questions, whether we're live or whether, all right, Dr. Dwight Elijah said he's enjoyed the show. Whether we're live or whether it's already post edited, you can always ask a question, and we will do our very best to get back to you with that. Angelique has also done some ads for people for their businesses. And so you keep all of that in mind. If it has to do with video recording, that Angelique probably can help you out with that. Anything from your own original music. Now, don't bring to her somebody else's music, because you're
Mm-mm.
going to get the
Nope.
ban.
Mm-mm.
You're
We
going
don't do
you're going to
copyrights. We don't do
oh no.
copyrights.
You're going to get YouTube to say, "What is this? This is somebody else's
Mm-mm.
song." And they will strike you, claim you, or you can even be banned. You do it enough. So,
Mm-mm.
all that different areas, the sky's the limit. So much is open to you when you just start thinking about it. Okay. Angelique, go ahead and pray for people that are getting started, that are getting used to their voice going out for the world to hear. All right.
Heavenly Father, I thank you for everybody that's decided to take their first step, whether it's listening to this video or finally uploading the thing they recorded. that they are just thank you that anybody that's going to the next level in their channels and their recording, whatever it is, that they will get information they need, and what I provided was helpful to them in any way possible. And I'm thankful for everybody that tuned in now and in the future, and just grateful for the wisdom and knowledge you've given me to be able to share and help people in the way that they are looking for this assistance.
Wonderful. Thank you, Angelique, so much for being with us. And the theme that was brought out in this was just get started.
It started.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us. We've enjoyed it, and we hope that we have inspired you to get started if you're not started. We hope that we have inspired you to go a level higher, to do more. This time we're living in, this is your time. All right. This is your biggest and brightest day, because everything is right at our fingertips that we need to use. You don't have to go away somewhere to some big studio. You already have a studio, and you probably are a studio. Okay. Wonderful. Well, Angelique, we're going to, all right. And Chantalie said, don't forget to like this video. Thank you, Chantalie. That's somebody who
Shotty,
does.
Shotty coming in with she coming in with the brand manager stuff.
That's it. We need you to like this video, please. If you have not liked it, you need to like it. If you have not responded, we need you to say something. And we need you to share this video onto your social media. Let people know that we are here. And if you haven't subscribed, you need to
Subscribe
subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Don't
and ring
forget,
the bell. Click the bell
ring the
so get
bell.
notifications.
There's a bell, ring it. Thank you so much, Chantalie. You see what I'm saying? She's right there picking up the
She on
rear.
it.
All right.
She on it.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. We're going to say our good nights, and we look forward to the very next time. I am Dr. Bernadette Elijah. This is Angelique Elijah, and we've had a wonderful time. Goodbye, everybody.